Hey there. So I'm just gonna keep doing this because, like I said in a recent post of mine, the floodgates are open. My throat chakra is ready. Done integrating. This video is actually going to be mainly for those that already understand most of their sovereignty. Those of you that have identified that somehow, some way, there's an aspect of you that is God. And just kind of lives your life in with pure intentions, and it's just kind of your default mode either way. You know, we all still have our shadow dancing and shadow work to do for the things we've collected over eons of time. But this is what's up. There's still some of us that, and I say us like I'm included, but I am because you're me. So there's still some of us that are buying into certain illusions that were put in place to help create order for those in a state of confusion that had forgotten their sovereignty, whether it be on purpose or chosen. A lot of these people are still trying to do things like watch the news. I'm not gonna accentuate fake news. It's not fake news, but if you're sovereign, then you realize that that news doesn't apply to you. Because no matter what negative thing is out there in this world, even a corrupt president, and if you pay attention to the patterns, when hasn't there been one? Because we all carry shadows, and then we give somebody that's doing the same shadow work we are power of and authority over the things that take place in our lives. So, you know, like all in all, like seriously, it doesn't matter what bad thing happens in your life. Let's say rules are made that some people might think restrict them, but those of us that are sovereign know that those rules don't apply to us. And I don't mean that in any egoic sense. I mean, we know what's true. We know the 0 point. We know that that creates the world that we look at, and that no matter what the world doles out to us, we can create whatever it is we want with it. But if we're still sitting there and fighting against somebody that we think is making rules that are going to affect our lives, which they aren't, you know, they may affect the grand scheme, but you're only in charge of you and claiming your sovereignty so that that energy can pass through the collective and people can wake up by seeing you claim your right to govern yourself. This is not the way this is supposed to work. It works for certain reasons that I don't feel like going into, but it all started with shadows and egoic senses of people and or peoples thinking somebody knows more than they do and can make better choices than they can. And then everybody gives all of their power to other people, and then they get mad when it goes awry. Well, it's because you're giving away your power to people that are still doing their shadow work. And no matter how any of that plays out, it doesn't affect you if you don't let it. If you remember who you are, you don't need anybody to tell you what's right and what's wrong, you know, in terms of labels or what the God thing to do would be instead of the, you know, good thing. You can just say the God thing. We really don't need that. And if there's anybody that's still paying attention to that, then there's still a part of the illusion that you're stuck in. And the moment you truly identify your sovereignty, you'll realize that you have to stop focusing on those things that you will create more strength in. Because whatever we focus on, we create. And if we focus on fighting against anything, I don't care what it is, we're literally scientifically creating more fighting. It's just universal law. It's not personal again, it's just spiritual, it's energetic. And so claim your power. Focus on you. Focus on what is good and what is lovely and what is pure and what makes your heart sing. And don't think or care about what others might say about that, because in most cases, if they would say something, first of all, they're you, and that would just be a shadow reflection that's still there to ask you, do you remember who you are? Are you going to believe this, or are you going to rest in what you know to be true? I love you guys so much. Have a great day.